Hi, folks. How you doing? RussellTrueResults303.com. Check out the website. Link in the description box. Mind, body, spirit, fitness, putting the healing back in health. Coming at you today with a video on the Catholic faith, the Catholic Church, and why so many people are leaving the church. Um, so I've heard different stories. This one just popped into my mind, so I'm going to go with this one first. And it is a guy. Sorry, I got food in my mouth. I'm eating at the same time, making this video before work. Um, there might be food all up in it. But one is Father Larry Richards, and his point of view was, well, back in the 70s, 80s, I think it was, the church got soft and started easing up on people and not being so strict. And I think that could be, I'm not going to validate that point. I'm not the true believer of that, but I do know that nowadays, our children do need more discipline. I need more discipline. You need more discipline. That's why you're on this channel. That's why you're watching these videos, trying to discipline yourself to become a better person. So I think discipline is number one. So I can kind of see that, but I'm not truly feeding into that mentality. The next one is I became a Knights of Columbus. I just had my second and third degree initiation. And one thing that they said really stuck with me. And I see it a lot, especially even in our parish a couple years ago when we had our new priest. Great guy, love him to death. Father Brian, love you to death, man. Great guy. I don't have any beefs with him, but these new priests come in, all of a sudden there's a switch, things change up. And we've got to understand that they have their own teaching style, they have their own vision for the community. But one thing that he always says is, this is your community. What are you doing for it? I'm just a passerby. I'm probably going to leave someday. Y'all are going to be here. So we get these new priests, and then all of a sudden you don't like it as a parent. So after mass, you're driving home and all you're doing is complaining the whole time with your kids in the back seat, and all you hear all your children hear are you complaining about how you don't like your church, you don't like your priest, you don't like this. And then you wonder why your children don't want to go to church as they get older, right? Or you don't believe in the teachings of the church, which I've heard it said best. If you say I'm a Catholic, but I don't like the contraception, I don't like the their papal infallibility, I don't agree with the Marian doctrines, I don't agree with this, well, then you're not even truly a Catholic. Because if you're a Catholic, you're supposed to believe what the church teaches. So next thing you know, if you're listening to a homily, you get out and all you want to do is complain and disagree and say, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that. And then you wonder why your child is going to a different church, why they leave when they get older. Keep that stuff to yourself. That's your own business, right? That's the big one in my opinion. And the next thing, I'm calling it out, it's for fathers, it's for the men. If you're not involved, if you're not doing these things, you're the one that your child is going to look up to the most. If you're a guy, if you have a son, he's going to look up to you the most. And if he sees you not doing these things, why is he going to do them? Same with your mother or your daughter. They're all what do they call them? I don't know what the term is. I don't have children. So, daddy's little girl, whatever you want to call it, they look up to you. And if you're not the person stepping up and doing these things, why are they going to follow? Yeah, mom's great, and yes, things like that. But as they get older, you are the rock, you are that foundation. And I'm not putting anything against the women. You are too. You are very valuable. You are more valuable than you will ever know, than any man will ever think you are. In my opinion, you're more valuable than, to the world than men. But we've got to understand that these little children look up to their fathers as their heroes and things like that. Because when you're watching sports, it's all male dominant, right? So, and it's up to you. Fathers, what are you doing? You can't expect your son to become spiritual and want to pray and live that life if you're not living that life. So, that's my opinion on why they're leaving the Catholic faith. Why these children are leaving. Why? Because we are setting a bad example. And once again, you got to understand, it's fine if you don't agree with these things, but you need to say them in a different place. You can't be in the environment of your children, around your children, and wanting to speak on these topics, because you're planting these seeds in your children, right? So, and like you said, you might not agree with it. The church doesn't care if you agree with it. God doesn't care if you agree with it. All God cares about is, hey, if you don't like it, do your own research and see why it's being taught. Why do we believe this? Look at the Catholic Catechism. That's the beauty of the Catholic Catechism. The thing is, your priest might be saying things that aren't even true about the Catholic religion. We have the Catholic Catechism that gives us the ability to reference anything that is said in church, and we can say, hey, you are completely wrong. You are completely wrong. And call your priest out, right? So I hope that helps. Subscribe to the channel, share and like these videos.